What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Neon Veil. I'm your host, Cousin Ryan. I'm really excited for today's episode because the guy we have today, actually just a couple days ago, it was a year ago that he gave me my first shot on his YouTube channel. And I think we did a tier ranking fight on that first one. It's been a year. It's been a while. I've done a lot with him. I'm really excited. He's been to Vegas quite a few times. We were talking backstage. So we've got some good stories for you. So let me go ahead and bring in my guest. It's none other than Jordan Movie Hero Anderson. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on,
Not
man?
much. Yeah, just excited to talk about Vegas and talk about some stories. So yeah, I've been to Vegas, Las Vegas quite a few times, and so I've got a lot of good stories and just like fun things and to talk about some of my favorite things I've done, all that stuff. So yeah.
Right on, man. It's exciting. I'm excited to hear. I know we've been talking about getting this show going, getting you on here, and I'm glad we finally did. So
yeah,
I guess I know you said you've been here quite a few times, but I'm curious, like, the story you're going to tell today, is this one of the first times you went? Like, I know you said it's probably one of your favorites.
It's not the first time that I went, but I kind of want to start with one of my favorite times because the first time that I went was when I was a kid. So
okay,
and that first time I just went with my well, it was one of my. Well, I guess I wouldn't say I was a kid. I was maybe like 13 or 14, something like that. So young, but and so like too young to do a lot of stuff you can do in Las Vegas. And I went down for my brother's wedding, and then we went out with my grandparents. So we were just kind of just going to like all you can eat buffets and like just seeing a few of the like real touristy like just like the main stuff when you walk down the strip and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So this favorite trip, give me a little background. When was it? Like,
so it was about I want to say 2015 was when I went, and so at the time I actually had reconnected with a former girlfriend I used to date back in high school. We actually ended up getting married. We're not married now, but we did end up getting married. But she was really excited to get back in touch with me. I was right at a time where I really wanted to do the solo trip, and before I got in touch with her, I was already kind of planning it. And so I'm from Idaho, so I was just gonna drive down to Las Vegas, and I was gonna use one of my parents' cars because I was in a transition period. My last car had just kind of crapped out on me, so I was in the market for a new car. And we got back together. She had a brand new car, and I think she was like pretty excited about getting back in touch with me. And so she's like, yeah, if you want to use my car, just take mine, go have fun, you know? And like, she even gave me a little bit of money to spend down there. So that was cool. So,
that's badass,
yeah. Yeah. So I was like, sure. And then, so I went down, and usually when I go to Vegas, I usually end up staying with my brother. He used to live there. He just moved to Idaho about 3 years ago, but he used to live there. So that was my like go-to. I'd always stayed there. I have stayed at a couple hotels there, but just to save a little money, I'll stay with him because he lives just in Las Vegas, kind of at the top of the hill, like where you can look down, you can see like everything like way off in the distance, and like just enough to see all that. So I stayed there, and funny enough is that I was just kind of went down there with like really no plan. I was just gonna go and just like explore, just see what kind of mischief I could get into, just kind of like just go have fun without a plan. Because usually when I travel, I usually have some sort of a plan. But so this time there's kind of like a thing that I've kind of noticed that a lot of people, when you live in Las Vegas, you don't go to the strip quite as much. Like you kind of think, oh, it's overrated. You don't really go down there, you know? So like my brother and my sister and in-law, they weren't really wanting to go. I would have gone with them, but so I just went on my own. And funny enough, one of my coworkers, actually, I was just scrolling through social media, and I saw he was in Las Vegas too. And he just I posted something that so we used to work together in Idaho at a movie theater, and then he moved to Tennessee, but he had flown out for with his dad. His dad was on business, and so he's like, yeah, I'm just hanging out by myself. If anyone's in the area, you want to come hang out or something? I'm like, well, funny enough, and like we had gotten there like the exact same time, like it worked out perfect. So I had a perfect kind of buddy to just go and just hang out with down there, and it was his first time, so I'd been there a few times already, so I was kind of showing him some stuff, and like one of my favorite things to do is just start on one end of the strip. Usually, like I like to start like down by like the Mandalay Bay side, and then just like hit everything on that side, and then just go over to the other side and hit everything on that side. I'm not much of a gambler. I don't really gamble. I just couldn't like go for like everything else basically. So yeah, that's kind of what we did. We just took off and we're just exploring everything that we could. So yeah.
What was your favorite thing to do while you were here? Like, what did you check out that you like to do?
So for me, I just like seeing like just all the buildings, all the lights, all the architecture. Like I like going in and like we went in what's the one that looks like the giant pyramid one?
Luxor.
Yeah, the Luxor. I went in there, and like it's pretty cool looking on the inside when you look up and like see all the rooms in there, and they got the big Sphinx in there and everything. And so we did that, and then we went to like a few of the kind of well known things. We went to like the in the Mandalay Bay. We did the aquarium there, and then and then we went down went in the Luxor. We wanted to see a Chris Angel if we could, but he was out of town that week, so he wasn't there. But and then we just kind of went to like the Excalibur. We went to like the New York, and just kind of followed the Bellagio and like the Caesar's Palace all the way down. Just followed that line. Just kind of checked out all the shops, checked out the just all the buildings, all the architecture. Like it's just kind of cool how it all connects, and you can do it from the outside or you can do it from the inside, and like literally they all connect. Like you can just go all the way.
Well, and it's funny you say that because that is true. A lot of people forget. Everyone comes here for the lights and the glimmer, but the architecture of some of those buildings are incredible.
Yeah.
The Luxor is like one of the few hotels that have the room doors where you can see down into the casino.
Yeah.
In that small little balcony. And yeah, from Mandalay Bay down to Luxor, you can walk that entire thing inside. All three of those are connected, and you can walk all the way down. Some of the other hotels are connected all the way down. A lot of people, but it's deeper into the casino, so not everyone makes it that far to the casino. Right. So unless you know it's there, you don't know it's there. But that's pretty fucking cool. So what else did you guys do? I mean, you did the walk. What else did you guys check out while you're walking?
So we went down and we had to ride the roller coaster at the New York. You got to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then just kind of when he wanted to see the fountains, because that's an iconic thing at the Bellagio. So we did that. And then I always loved going in and looking at the gardens in there. That got some really cool, like when I went there, they had these big Venus flytrap things that actually moved around and stuff that were like really, really cool in there. So yeah, we went and saw that. And then I just like some of the inside of the buildings, the way that they look. Like if you go in like Caesar's Palace, or you go in like the Paris, or even like the Venetian, like they have like all the little like the paint, like walls are painted to look like you're in like a little like town, like you're actually there. You're actually in like Greece or Italy or like wherever, So yeah, so that's pretty cool. But probably the best thing that we did happened at nighttime. So because that's where like all the best stuff happens at night, of course. So we did the one side during the day, and then we went over and we started over at the MGM Grand, and we wanted to do that side. But we're looking around the MGM Grand, and we're like, hey, like I was asking if you ever saw a Cirque du Soleil show. So they have Ka over there. So we went over there and we saw Ka. That's my personal favorite. I really like all the weapons.
Oh, nice.
Stuff, like the bow and arrows and all that stuff. So we did that. But then afterward, like we were just kind of hanging out, and we're like, they got this club here, and we saw all these people lining up at this club. They got a club, I think it's called Hakkasan or something over there.
Yeah.
So went in there, and they had the chain smokers there. So we saw the chain smokers. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So we saw them, which is awesome. And then, so like we had like this wild night. So we went and saw them, and then afterwards we saw this guy who was just handing out some free tickets to something, and he came up to us and he's like, "You want to go see Lil Jon? Like he's performing here." And we're like, "Lil Jon?" And he's like, "Yeah, free tickets." We're like, "Free tickets? Are like for real? You kidding me?" So we went and saw the Chainsmokers. Then we went to go see Lil Jon, and like that show was like sick. Like he's got so much energy. It's just like, man. So that one was somewhere. I think it was somewhere in maybe Caesars or like somewhere in that kind of area.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so we went over there after the Chainsmokers, and after that one, we saw a little banner that there's even one more show going on. So there's just people handing out tickets. We're like, what the heck? Like it happened a second time. Like we couldn't believe it. So they had Swiss Beats there. So they we're gonna go see that, and we're like we're like so on him, but then like so that one was over in the Aria. That they had this little cool little nightclub where you walk up the stairs, and like the stairs look like fire and ice. They kind of changed to fire and ice going up there, and so we go up there and go to the Swiss Beats show. And then who comes out? But DMX was there, like actually like came out and like performed with them. When we're like, what the heck? This is like a crazy night. Like so, he didn't stay for the whole entire show. He just came out to do a couple of songs with them. But like that was really really cool. So like now that he's passed away, like I'm just really glad, as I say that, or I can say that I got to see him perform. So yeah, it's just a crazy night. We're just one after the next after the next. It's just like this crazy sequence of events. So yeah.
So that was all one night. Like that.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah, so in one night, like because like in Las Vegas, like it's like the city that never sleeps. There's always like things going on. Yeah.
So by the time you were done, do you know what time it was? By the time you guys were done with the last show?
By the time we were done, so I think we went to the Chainsmokers. That was got to be in like about 9 or 10, and then probably by the time the Lil Jon one went at least a couple hours, and so probably by the time we were done, like it was about 3:30, 4 a.m. almost.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah. So it was late or early, you could say.
Early, depending on how you look at it, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was definitely a fun time, and then like I just have fun being a tour guide, just kind of showing him around. So I was just like we walked. So the next day we walked down the other side of the strip because we ended up. We're gonna start doing that, but we went to the MGM Grand, and then one thing led to another. We never made it down that way, so we're like, we'll just do it tomorrow. So yeah, and so we went down that way, and we're looking at like the Paris, and I think that like is it Treasure Islands down that way, and like a bunch of those hotels, and then we had to stop. We had to take pictures with the girls that were walking down there. They had the two that were like the cops or whatever. Yeah. Yep. So we did that, and then we stopped at a couple all-you-can-eat buffets because you got to do that while you're in Vegas. So one of my favorite ones is actually in the Paris hotel. They have one, and it's like they have food from like all over the world there, like literally like all these different countries, and it's like really really cool. So that's one of my favorites. But also because I have the inside track because I have family who live in Las Vegas. We went to one that was actually off the strip. If you look off kind of in the distance from the strip, you can see it just like a random skyscraper, like a random like a big building out, and just like out in like the middle of like almost like a neighborhood almost, it feels like. And they have all you can eat buffets there that are a lot cheaper and they're still pretty decent. They're still like really really good. So they recommend that I go there if we wanted to save a little money and still have some quality food. So we went out there too. So yeah.
Yeah, my favorite off the strip one, because I did them a lot when I first moved here, even before I moved here, was the Orleans.
Oh yeah,
and that one was incredible. It was really really good. But yeah, they a lot of places closed their buffets during the pandemic, and they're slowly coming back, very slowly. So they're pretty cool. But I want to circle back to the flower thing because I'm curious if you know, and if you did it, Bellagio has their arboretum, which they change out every single season to different flowers, plants, a whole different type of thing. And so anyone who comes to visit, depending on what time of year you come, go check it out. It's free to go into. It's normally pretty busy, but it's amazing. Like they do such a great job. This last year for Christmas, they had the polar bears, like the Coke looking polar bears that were out there and shit like that. So it was really cool. between there and I think, like you were saying, the Aria has some really good plants in their hotel as well. They have a cool little walkway that does that. So that's
in the
pretty.
Aria for me, what was like that seems to be like maybe the newest hotel or like one of them. That's like
It was one of the newer ones, yeah.
Yeah, and so when I went there, that was actually my first time ever going to the Aria. So I'd been to all the other ones, but it was my first time at the Aria. So
well, it's really cool. It's right across the street from the mall. And it has a little water display outside too. But once you get inside, it's a very pretty hotel inside. The restaurants in there are amazing too. So yeah, I'm glad you got to check that out while you're here because it's an awesome spot. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then out in front of the Aria, that's where we saw a bunch of exotic cars. They had a bunch of like Lambos and and like Bugattis and like a bunch of really like fancy cars, some Ferraris out there and stuff. So that's cool. We went and like took pictures in front of the ones we could. We didn't want to be like bothering anyone, but yeah, yeah. So that was cool.
And what you said, it's true. A lot of locals don't go to the Strip if they live here unless they work on the Strip. Which I mean, I get. You live here, it loses its glamour, I guess. But I've been here for a little over 5 years, 6 years now, and I still love it. I go down at least once a month because it's a fun time.
Yeah.
You always have a story when you leave from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
what else? So after all that, so what else did you guys do? That next day, you went and walked around. What else did you do on that trip while you were here? I mean, were you here for a few days?
Yeah. So there's some things that I did with my buddy, but then there's a few things that I did actually kind of on my own because he was here with his dad, kind of doing some stuff with him. So I went. So I had to go check out. I don't know if you heard of the Ghosted Adventures. They got a little museum out there. From that. Yeah. So I went out there, and the funny thing is, around 2015 was right around the time that they were building it, and so they weren't quite finished with it. So I didn't get to go inside, but it looked like they were almost done because I went right up to the fence and I was like peering in, and like there's some girl that it looked like maybe it might have been someone from the show, and like she was kind of giving me a dirty look, like excuse me, what are you doing? Like get out of here or something. So yeah, so I was like kind of scoping it out, but yeah. That was one that I wanted to go to. I went to a couple cool little museums. I went to like the Neon Sign Museum where they have a bunch of cool like old signs and stuff there. I went to they have like a pinball museum. I went in there and in there for a little while. And then probably my favorite hotel though, and on the Strip is probably the Venetian. Like I just like the way that it's set up. I like the way that it looks like just like all the canals and stuff. You can get a little boat ride. Looks like you're in Venice and stuff. Like it's pretty cool looking. So, but like a lot of those shops are like way over my price range. But it's fun to go
look. Yeah, window shop's the best, man. But
yeah,
the gondolas in the Venetian are really cool. That's your kind of thing. Totally, give it a shot because those guys can sing too. Some of those guys are really good singers. One of them actually, it's funny enough, sings the national anthem for the Golden Knights. At least he did. I think he still does, but he does it for every home game.
Oh, cool.
Carnell. That's and awesome. He's amazing. So go check it out. It's a cool experience. If you guys ever come back and, if you come back and want to go do it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then on my own, I wanted to try to see if I could walk the entire Strip, but like to walk all the way down by like Circus in the Stratosphere, I feared like that's a pretty long walk. That's like a mile long walk or something like that, or even longer. I don't even know. But yeah. So I'll just like I'll just get a Uber or taxi or whatever and just go down there. So I did go down there because at that time that was my first time checking out those hotels too. So those are pretty cool because like Circus, you got the theme park kind of thing inside of that. And then I didn't go all the way to the top of the Stratosphere because I was a little like they're going to charge you a bunch of money just to go to the top, and then you got to pay extra for the rides. And I'm like I'm good. I'll just watch people do the little like the zip line and like the little like drop thing where they drop you down too, like that.
So I've jumped off it. I've jumped off that.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was. I'm trying to figure out how to get the GoPro video loaded, but I do have a GoPro of me jumping off that thing from when I first moved here. So
that's cool.
I'll have to get out. It was cool. It's totally worth going up there. If you've never done the Space Needle, it's the next best thing for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I get it. I totally get it. So the walk from Mandalay Bay to the Strat is about 4 miles.
Okay, it's about 4 miles. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
it's a
pretty
trek,
long.
man. It's
Yeah.
a trek. So I get it. I've
Have
done
you?
it. We do it quite often. It's kind of our thing to go do once in a while, to go spend the day and walk the strip and end up at the Strat and then come home. So it's a trek. That's
Yeah,
that's all I can really
yeah.
call it, you know?
Yeah. Well, like one of the things that like maybe on another episode that I can get into, like one of my favorite things is to go pool hopping there. So
Mhm.
so like we didn't do it this time because I met up with my friend and we were doing some other things, but I have had times where I've gone in and like I've been to almost every pool and every hotel because there's ways to get in. That
Oh yeah.
you just gotta
Oh yeah.
walk in like you own the place and you
Damn
just
straight.
yeah
Damn straight.
yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we did while we were there. So like one of the main things actually why I was going there, why I planned it around that time. I went to a convention there too that was like sort of like a little mini Comic-Con. They call it Toy Con, and so I went out there, and that was actually in the Orleans hotel. So I got to go and check out
Yep.
that one too. So that was cool. So yeah, like I had no idea that they had like a really like legit cool hotel out that way. Kind of off the strip a little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huge,
So
I'm a huge fan.
yeah, so I went out there and I met a couple of like minor celebrities. Then they had like Greg Grunberg. He's been in like Heroes and
Oh yeah, no, I like Greg Gumberg.
like
Yeah.
Star Wars. Yeah, so he was there, and I'm a big Heroes fan. So we got a little picture where he was reading my mind and stuff like on Heroes. So we did that, and then I also got uh, so in the booth that was right next to him, they had Ernie Reyes Jr. So he's from like Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret
Yeah.
of the Ooze, and like Surf Ninjas, which is like one of my favorites from when I was a kid.
Super underrated movie.
Yeah, so I had him sign my Surf Ninjas DVD, which is cool because later I can mention I also met Rob Schneider, so I got both their signatures on it now, so that's cool. Yeah,
talk about something that people don't ever put Rob Schneider in, was the Surf Ninjas movies.
yeah,
Like he was in
right.
it. That was a
Yep.
thing.
That was a thing. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then they had the I forget his name, Sam, the guy that played oh no, I'm like spacing on it. The sci-fi one from like the 70s. That's like the precursor to Star Wars. Flash Gordon. Yeah.
Flash Gordon,
So
yeah.
yeah, Sam. I always forget his last name. Sam Jones. So he was there. Just some minor celebrity. They had David Prowse, the guy that was actually in the like Darth Vader suit. So he
Oh,
was in
nice.
there. But the funny thing is, he's kind of this old kind of curmudgeon now that like he doesn't want to talk about Darth Vader anymore. He's like, well, like I was also in Rocky Horror Picture Show and like these other movies, and I was like, well, if you come to a convention, people are going to want to talk Star Wars. They just
Yeah,
do.
for real.
So, but the convention was actually pretty cool because it was a thing just like showcasing vintage toys and like some really rare uh, uh, like collectibles and comics that were worth a ton of money too. So they had all these vendors like trying to sell stuff like that. So it's cool to kind of go and just see what kind of like collector's item type stuff they had there and stuff. So I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. If you can kind of see, I got my stuff
Right. Yeah.
behind me here. So yeah,
There.
yeah. So it was a fun time. So yeah, and that was the one thing I was able to do with my brother and his family. I wanted to get them out there once because they had stuff for kids there. They have a couple kids, so we
Okay.
hung out there and like did that kind of stuff, and then saved the other stuff for just me and my buddy, or just me, honestly, just
Did
like
you
cruising around. Just so yeah.
so with the walking of the strip and the Comic-Con style convention, did you go check out Fremont while you were here? Did you head downtown?
So like for whatever reason, like I just feel like there's so much to do on the main strip. I've been to Las Vegas about 7 or 8 times. I've actually never been to Fremont Street. Like I've actually never
Wow.
gone there. So like so the next time that I go, that's going to be a big one. I want to go check out Fremont Street, but I just never been. But funny enough, the rest of my family has been there, but just I haven't.
It's
So,
a spot you have to do it at night for sure. Like that's when it really comes alive. So Fremont's a nighttime spot.
yeah. One of my best friends actually, like he just signed up to start playing in the World Series of Poker, and
Oh, nice.
so like he actually quit his job because like he's so good at poker, like he'll make some money. Like I guarantee it. Like we used to have these monthly poker nights, and like is my buddy Mike, and it's like he just came this thing where it's like, let's go give all our money to Mike tonight because it's like he's
So,
gonna beat us all. Yeah. So, but like he's really good. So I know they used to have it over on Fremont Street, but they might have moved it now. I don't know where they actually have it now.
You know,
But
they bounce it around quite often here.
yeah, they had it in like a Horseshoe Hotel or something that's
Yep.
like over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so he's doing it this year. So I'm gonna see if I can catch him on TV. I don't know if he'll show up on TV or not, but
You never know. If he makes it pretty far, he just might.
Yeah, right.
Makes it really far.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I can't believe you've never done Fremont. So that's something you will have to check out.
Yeah.
So on that trip, was there anything else that you got? What else did you guys do while you were here? I mean, it sounded like you hit the strip pretty hard with the convention. Was there anything else that you did that was?
Like those were like really the main things, but I mean, we're just there for to just walk around and look at stuff because like we don't really gamble that much, and then also like to just to enjoy all the food there too. Like, and it doesn't matter if it's on the strip, if it's off the strip. We went to like a really good pizza place that was in the New York, because we wanted to like find like a New York place there. So we went there, and then one of my favorite. We usually go to the one off the strip because it's closer to where my brother and sister live. They live kind of like sort of towards Henderson, like in that direction, and so they there's a place called Hash House of Go-Go that's like one of our like go-to spots. So we went over there. Yeah, that's really good. And like for that place, like I got turned on to because they had the Man versus Food like back when that was a thing, and and like he went there and they like did like a big channel. They have this big thing called like the Sage Fried Chicken. That's like this big thing with like a bunch of like mashed potatoes and fried chicken and like all these things piled like bacon and all this stuff on like one big plate. Like, well, it's good though. Like it's just like it's a lot of food. So like
they have huge portions there.
Yeah,
huge portions of that place. It's crazy.
Okay,
so you mentioned, and I mean, I'm actually really curious now. So you mentioned you've been to majority, if not all, the pools here at one point or another. What has been your favorite?
Probably, well, just because of the way that I was able to do it was probably the one at the Venetian. I just really like that one, the way that that's set up, because actually I thought of that reminds me of another thing that I did there that I can tell you in a second. But so that pool, they have like an outdoor kind of pool like club setting, so it's part of Tao. So they got a little club there called Tao.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's there, and so you can go in like the actual club that's on the inside, or you can go outside to the pool. They just have like a cool like pool party atmosphere where they have a DJ and they're like serving drinks, and like usually it's like pretty packed and like there's a lot of people there. It's kind of like a big party atmosphere. So that one I didn't do it on this trip, but I have done it before though, so that was cool. But that like does remind me of that I actually went to the Tao, a nightclub that was actually inside the Venetian. So I did that too. And that club is wild. That club is like a bottle service kind of just like really fancy club. And like there's a lot of celebrities. Actually, so when I was there, they had Floyd Mayweather actually there, like in the club when I was there, like freaking like crazy. So he was there and actually saw him walk past me, like he was going somewhere. I don't know if they have like VIP rooms in the back or something like that. So he was there, and then supposedly somebody told me that Chris Paul was there too, but I never actually saw him though. I was looking around for him, but
I believe
that. So it's pretty crazy. But I learned though to go to that club, they got a dress code there, and you got to dress nice to get in there. You got to wear either some kind of like a sport coat or like a collared shirt or something, because I learned for one of my previous trips, we tried to get in, but we weren't wearing the right clothes. We didn't even bring the right clothes to even be able to get in. So we're like, nah, we'll remember this for next time, and we'll hit it on the next time. Because actually, one of my friends from high school, my friend, her name's also Jordan, and shout out Jordan Hershey, but she actually works there. So she's like, yeah, like definitely come over. Like we'll let you ride in, like because like it's one of those clubs that like you got to be wearing the right thing. You got to, I don't know, like you got to look a certain way, or else they're not going to let you in. And so like I'll just meet you at the door, and we'll let you ride in. I'm like, cool. So like me and my buddy Drew, shout out Drew Bird, my other buddy that I met up with there. We went there, so that was a pretty cool time, pretty wild. So
It's funny. It does help to know someone that works at those clubs to get in fairly easy.
Yeah.
Way back in the day when my sister turned 21, we brought her to Vegas and we went to, I think it was the Ghost Bar at Palms. And the girl I was dating at the time knew the bouncer, and the bouncer got me and like 6 other people in for free. Like we all just got straight in
dang.
and we partied really hard for my sister's 21st birthday. So it does help to get on the list. It does help to know people.
Yep.
And the 2 things I know I want to follow back up with. So the pool wise, I'm a huge fan of the pool of where you went. I'm a big fan of that. I think my new favorite spot right now for people to go check out is the pool on top of Circa on Fremont. So when you come back down to Vegas, go check out Circa, get up to the pool. It's on the roof. It's on the very top of the building, and it takes a big ass escalator to go up to the top. It's super fucking cool to go check out.
Oh, nice.
Big, like, especially if you're a big sports person, they have big screens all over the place for you to watch sports while you're in the different little waiting pools. So amazing drinks too.
Nice.
To go check that out. So yeah, that's a cool spot, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, one of the things though, speaking of sports, it's like, so remember, I think that might have still been in the MGM, but like I remember just walking by the sports betting area, and like I know quite a bit about sports, but I've never actually bet on sports before, because as much as I feel like I know sports, like I don't know exactly how the ins and outs of all the betting. Like you got to cover the spread, there's like a line, there's all this stuff. So I'm like a little nervous to do it. Like I really wanted to do it. I was like really tempted to go do it because I had a couple like almost like pretty sure bets that on some teams, like especially football, that I was like pretty sure they were gonna win, but like I'm just like I have no idea. Like I need to have someone kind of walk me through it, and like that's one thing that I wouldn't mind doing. Like I think that'd be a fun. That kind of interests me more than just like doing slot machines or poker or like whatever.
Well, in sports betting, there's a little nuance to sports betting. You have to know certain things. But for those watching, if you want to just bet on the game itself, no points, whatever, the money line is the way to go. It's a straight win or loss. Money, and if you bet on the spread, that gets a little more difficult because you're hoping that they win with so many points. But doing the money line is the way to go, especially with sports betting. Yeah. But and then the other thing that I want to bring up, and you made a good point about these clubs, is if you plan on coming to a club when you come to Vegas, I highly recommend to go look at it before you buy tickets or before you try to go, because most of these places do have some kind of dress code. And look at the dress code before you come. That way you can pack accordingly and dress accordingly before you go, and then not be let in, because it's crazy to see tourists to show up in shorts and flip-flops or whatever bullshit and try to get into these clubs. It's not going to happen. I mean, for the most part,
like that's like sort of what we did the first time. We're like, oh, I guess we're not cool enough to get into this club.
They have to set a standard, man. They have to set a standard.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so like probably my favorite hotel is the Venetian, and then like I did another little walk by myself without my buddy there to just check out some of the like old school ones. So like I went from there over to the Plaza, and I forget the one that's like just past that, but we get into like some kind of older school ones where they have some of the like people who have been performing in Las Vegas forever there and stuff. So like I went and walked through some of those just to kind of check out some of the history and the like what's on the strip. And then like I really wanted to go see, like I'm a big fan of like Donny Osmond and like that kind of thing. And I wanted to go see him because I walked through the Flamingo. I know like he performs there sometimes. So but I didn't quite do it yet. But funny enough, I have seen Donny and Marie perform live before, because like I'm a member of the Mormon Church, so they're Mormon, so like they've been at like some events before. So I have seen. I just wanted to like get the Vegas experience, but didn't quite
get that
that. But like one of the things though, like and I'm also curious to know, as someone who actually lives in Las Vegas. So I see these booths, and like I've always been tempted, like I've seen these booths that say half price tickets on it for some of the shows. Like, are those legit? Like, can you get same day half price tickets? Like, like that actually work?
Yeah. So a lot of those places are Vegas.com is a big supporter of those kind of places, shit like that. But yeah, they do. You if you walk up there, sometimes you can get lucky and get really good discount tickets.
Nice.
I know at Excalibur, certain times of the weekdays, you can go in, you can get 2 different shows for like 75, $80, and you get a ticket to both shows, and they're good shows. So
Nice.
it really all depends. But yeah, those places are legit. The ones you have to worry about are the people that come up to you and want to talk to you about tickets, but then want to give you a tour of a condo or like
Oh yeah.
a timeshare. Yeah, it can be worth it, man. But that's a waste of your day. If you got the money to spend the money on a ticket. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, so story for another time, maybe next time, is that so I actually have stayed in a timeshare almost right on the strip. It is one street over from the strip, from like a Wyndham resort or something. And
Okay, yeah.
like that was a really nice hotel actually, and luckily I went with my entire family, so we made my parents go listen to the little spiel while we just like enjoyed the hotel, So they had to go sit through it.
Right.
so yeah,
Just
but
have someone else do it.
yeah, but that was one of the nicer hotels actually that I've stayed there. Like I was pretty surprised. Like yeah,
That's a
so
really nice hotel for sure. The
yeah,
Wyndham is really cool.
yeah.
I like it
So
there.
I've done that, and then I'm trying to think of like what other hotels. So actually, I have stayed. Probably the only two I stayed in Caesars and I stayed in the MGM Grand. Those are the two. My mom went on a big trip and stayed at the Venetian, and like that looked really cool. But yeah, but when we stayed at the MGM Grand though, my brother, so since he lives in Las Vegas, they used to do the strip all the time. They used to go and like have little anniversary trips or little date nights and like go to the hotel. And so he's done it so many times, they're going to upgrade it to a suite. So I actually stayed at a suite in the MGM Grand, which I guess they have a separate tower for some of their hotels. And we went when I went one of those. So
Yep.
I have done that one before. So that's cool.
The MGM, do you prefer the MGM or Caesar's Palace? Which was your favorite to stay at?
I don't know. Like it's kind of a toss up. Like I probably like the room where we stayed at the MGM actually a little better, but as far as like an overall hotel, I like Caesar's Palace better overall. Like that's just me. And as far as like the casino and like the things to do and all that. So yeah.
I get that. Yeah, no, Caesar's Palace inside of that is really cool. It's really nice in there. A lot to go see, and then it's attached to its own mall, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Caesar's Forum is pretty cool. So if you ever, I don't know if you know this or not, and those who are watching, if you go into the Caesar's Forum in the very, very back, if you walk through very deep, there's an animatronic show.
Oh, really?
Back there, yeah, and it's like Neptune, and it's very underwatery type stuff. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's old, but it's still pretty cool for what it is. It's a pretty cool animatronic show. So I recommend.
It's always cool to like find those little hidden things that like a lot of people wouldn't know about if you explore enough.
Right. Yeah, and it's fun. I lived here for so long, and I forgot about it until one of my friends said they wanted to go see it, and I totally forgot that it even existed until they took me back there, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this shit was pretty cool. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. What
one of the other things I was just gonna point out really quick, like one reason why I love going to Las Vegas, and like why like I recommend like I don't know how it is now, but like I really hope that they haven't really changed anything. But when I went the last few times, all the parking was free. You didn't have to pay for parking anywhere. They had free parking like everywhere. I don't know if they've changed any of that.
Unfortunately,
of that, yeah. Because like when I went there, it's like, man, you don't have to pay for parking anywhere. Then I moved to Seattle. I lived in Seattle for a few years, and like you got to pay for parking everywhere, and it's like really expensive. I'm like, frick. So, but they have changed it though. Like you do have to pay a lot.
Yeah, so you do have to pay a lot of places. Locals with their IDs get pretty good discounts. If you play enough the casinos, like I have free parking at certain MGM properties and what have you, just because of the shit we do. Yeah. But but I mean, it's not. That's why I try to Uber everywhere, because I'd rather pay for the Uber than pay for parking.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, it all depends on what your poison is, and so that was just my choice. Plus, like, you go down the strip, you can go drink. You don't have to worry about driving anywhere. So I recommend people Uber places. If you're off the strip, try to Uber unless you have a DD. But the parking thing does kind of suck, because I remember when it was free. Not so much more. There are certain hotels.
That was nice.
the Tropicana still has free parking for the most part.
Okay. Yeah.
Free parking at what is now Virgin with the old Hard Rock, but everywhere else there's, depending on the strip, there's parking. There's you have to pay for it. So
Yeah. Well, one of the hotels that we did go check out, my buddy, he was staying at the Hard Rock, so we went over there and like checked out the pool there and hung out there for a little bit. So that was cool.
So and I don't know if we've talked about this before, but they sold that building, so it's now Virgin Hotel.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And they're gonna build a new Hard Rock hotel here on the Strip, probably in the next 5 years. It's gonna be where.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, where is it gonna be? Where the Mirage is. They're tearing down the Mirage. They're gonna build a new Hard Rock.
Oh yeah, they're tearing down the Mirage. Yeah. That was always one of my favorite things to go see, like the volcano and all that stuff with the Mirage. Yeah, that was always really cool.
So everyone who's watching, this is the time to do it, because rumor has it within the next year, less than a year, they're going to stop doing it because they're going to start working on the new hotel. So if I remember correctly, towards the end of this year is going to be the last time the Mirage goes. So if you come during the summer after watching this episode, go check it out before it's gone. So
yeah,
the Dolphins aren't there anymore either. So
really? Yeah, I remember back in the day. I don't know if they still do it either, but over at the Treasure Planet, they used to do like the big ship, and like the whole ship would like come down into the water and all that stuff. I remember that too. So yeah.
Yeah, TI, unfortunately, the ships are still out there to look at, but they stopped doing the shows at Treasure Island.
Okay.
They changed that quite a bit, which is really disappointing because I was a huge fan of it as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
The original pirate show was the best. So good times of that. But it has changed quite a bit. I think some of the hotels, even from when you've been here last, probably have changed names.
Yeah, so, probably.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then like really the only other things we did, like we did a fair amount of shopping and stuff there. That when like checked out. So like on both ends of the Strip, they have outlet malls, and so we went and checked out both of those. We did that, and then they also, I can't remember the name of the big giant mall, like the Galleria or I remember
going on the Strip.
What they called, the really big one. It's like their big mall, like that. That's like right by like the Treasure Island and all that stuff. Like
the shops. It is. I can't believe I forgot the name of it too, man. Look it up.
But that was the where my brother and sister recommended it, because they're like, well, one because it's huge, and one because it's probably more in my price range. So they're like, yeah, just go check out that.
So the fashion show malls, the big one that's on the Strip. That's I thought you were talking about.
Yep. Yeah. So we did that, but yeah, just like for this trip, I did mostly trying to hit anything I hadn't seen before, or just some of my like favorite things from like years past and stuff. So that was kind of the main thing, and then going for like the like toy convention, like that was a big one, and then like that was just a big bonus that my buddy Drew was just there the same week. So
when was the last time you were here?
The last time that I was there, I went one more time, I think in like I want to say 2018, because my brother moved, I think in like somewhere around like when the pandemic started, like 2020 or so. So
okay.
So yeah, but 2018 is probably the last time. So it's been a minute, so I'm due for another trip back for sure.
5 years. It's changed. I mean, in the last 5 years, it's changed. Since I've been here, it's changed quite a bit. So it would be good for you to come check out with everything going on.
Well, I am on the waiting list for When We Were Young Fest. We'll see. I don't know if the tickets are going to show up or anything, but I'm on the waiting list, because like when the tickets went on sale, like I was there online trying to get them, but man, they went quick. Like I couldn't even snag any. So.
Did you see the release of the day 2 tickets?
No, like are they doing that?
They did. They sold out. They sold out. They released day 2 the Sunday afterwards, and they sold out within a couple hours too. So,
really, man, that's crazy.
It's gonna be So 2 days. It'll be a fun time. Hopefully you can find a ticket, because I know it's been really hard for everybody else who wanted to go. You never know. You never know. Give it like the next few weeks is when their layovers, the people who bought their tickets on layover and were making payments on it,
Oh,
The
okay.
final payments were due, I think, like a month ago. So anyone who didn't
Okay.
pay loses their ticket. So keep an eye out
Okay.
for it. So, and everyone else watching, if you're on the wait list, keep an eye out too, because you never know, they might pop up again. When We Were Young was a lot of fun, and I
Yeah.
recommend being here for it for sure.
Well,
So
the lineup
I'm
for this
excited.
year, there's like 4 of my like all time favorite bands like ever. Like they're gonna be playing there, so it's like,
Yeah,
man, like
I'm
I
excited.
want
I
to go if
mean,
I can.
you get Green Day and Blink-182 headlining the thing. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good time, you know,
yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
really
Yeah,
fun
and
time.
then I want to go back and see Yellow Card because like they're a band that actually broke up and like they're reuniting just for this. So
Just for
it's
this,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So
I've seen the lead singer do his solo stuff at different
oh,
concerts, and he's really good
oh,
too. So I
cool.
am excited to see Yellow Card back together.
Yeah, I saw them on their final tour. I went and saw them actually twice because I saw them at the Warp Tour, and then they did their final tour after that, and so I saw them in Seattle. So yeah.
That's amazing. I loved living in Seattle for music. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's probably a topic for another time. But when I lived in Seattle, I actually set up for like major concerts there, like major like big name concerts. We did one from like Metallica to like Tom Petty, Lady
Oh, that's
Gaga,
pretty cool.
like Taylor Swift. Like we did like the whole country festival they do over at the Gorge. We set up for that. We did all of that. So yeah, that was a fun
That's
time.
that's awesome. So
Yeah, I
with
missed
okay,
that job, but the hours weren't always consistent. That's why I couldn't sustain it.
yeah, I know I get
So
that. So okay, so you've seen Ka when you were here. That's what you
yeah.
said, right? You came. What's another show that you want to go check out if you ever come back?
Well, so I want to see a Chris Angel. I don't know if that's kind of overrated or like or anything, but like but I've always wanted to go see him and then like maybe like at least like a couple of the other Cirque du Soleil shows. Like I know there's like or there's like the Beatles one or there's a few of
Mhm.
those. So yeah.
There's
Like
quite a few good shows. I tout this one a lot, and people will probably tell me to shut up about it. But it's called Bad Apple at New York, New York.
oh
It's a
yeah.
Cirque du Soleil show. It's really good comedy, music, aerobatics, whatever. It's a great show.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of that
That's
one.
cool.
Everyone check that
Nice.
out too. So if you're back in town, concert wise, I'm telling you, you need to come back. Because if you're a concert fan, there's quite a few concert venues for you to come check out as well. So if you're ever out this
Yeah.
way, even if not for When We Were Young, but if a band that you like plays here, I recommend it because it's always a fun time to go party in Vegas, go watch a concert, and then go back out and party. It's never
Yeah,
downtime.
like I was about a year or two ago, I was this close to getting some Coldplay tickets to go see Coldplay out there. So
Oh, that'd have
that
been
would have been
cool.
been cool. Yeah, but that and then I always wanted to go check out the new Allegiant Stadium, go see like a Raiders game or something out there. I think that'd be awesome because that stadium looks sick. Like it looks like so cool.
It's amazing. It's really
Yeah,
fun. It's really fun to go to. And I recommend though too, if you're here, stay somewhere like if you stay at Mandalay Bay, just walk across to it,
yeah,
across the bridge. The Uber parking, the parking in general, unless you're a tailgater, it can get kind of crazy because it's a small parking lot. So either public transit or walk it from where you are. That's the way to go.
yeah. Well, like funny enough, so me and Austin, so Austin's in Las Vegas, but we were gonna uh, plan a trip to go to Las Vegas because they're supposed to have WrestleMania there. Like they're gonna have WrestleMania there. I think like in the next like 2 years, something like that. And then they ended up switching at the last minute. They switched it to like Philadelphia or something like that. But like
Mm.
if they would have had that there, that would have been a really cool trip. Because like I'm more like a casual wrestling fan, but like Austin's like big into
A
it.
huge
He's like a
wrestling fan, yeah.
diehard. Yeah, he used to be a referee for professional wrestling and stuff. And
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so yeah, so like he was really excited to like show me like some of the like big events and like he said that he's been to WrestleMania before when they went to Florida and like they, for WrestleMania like not only do they have like the like big main event, they have all kinds of other little small kind of tournaments and little things going on, matches everywhere. So that would have been cool. So hopefully one day they'll come back to Vegas because that'd be a sick
That would
event
be
to have there.
an awesome time and talk about a freaking story and conversations we can have for
Yeah,
this
right.
be in Vegas.
Hopefully
I'm
someday.
trying to get all of you guys down here, with your network. I'm trying to get certain point of view down here and bite
Yeah,
size, all those guys come down, hang out, what the show said they want to come
yeah.
down. So
Absolutely.
I hope anyone who's watching,
Yeah.
if you have your own YouTube show too, come on down, come hang out with me. We'll got stories, cross products, man. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. And Vegas always has shit going on.
Oh
Always.
yeah, there's always something going on. Yes.
So,
No.
well, and I hope, and I really can't wait for you to come back too. I'm probably gonna go find Pez while he's here and go bug the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. Gotta go find him.
and
Yeah,
we'll have him
he's
on.
there.
We'll bring him on here and have tell a story too. So it's exciting. So besides the shows, everything else like that, with what you know about Vegas, if you could plan ahead one big thing to do while you're here outside of like a concert, what would, or a show, what is one thing you for sure want to go check out? Like hands down.
The few different things. Like I mean, like one of the things that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to go out to where they drive the exotic cars. We can drive like all
Yeah.
the super crazy cool like turbocharged cars and all that stuff. I think that'd be uh really cool to do, and that's something that I haven't done. And then for me, definitely Fremont Street because I've never experienced Fremont Street, so that's on my next trip for sure. I'll be hitting that. So
Okay. Well, hey, I'll tell you now, Fremont's a good spot. Check out Container Park while you're here. I'm actually going to do an episode
oh
all
yeah,
about Container Park
oh
coming up
nice.
because I'm going to go check it out and do a review for that for everybody. But so with you being a Vegas veteran, being here that many
Yeah.
times, granted it's been a while. What is some of your best advice you can give someone, especially a non-gambler? Like, what's the best advice you can give someone to come when they come?
Well, that like there. Well, for me, like if uh being a non-gambler, like probably just going and like just seeing a lot of the like things you can see, like just walk the strip, like just go explore. Like there's so many things that you can find out. Go check out all the little nooks and crannies of like all different things, and like you don't really have to spend a crazy amount of money to have a great time in Las Vegas. You can go on a budget. I mean, and and have an awesome time. And I mean, if you want to plan, like my whole thing is like maybe plan one big event that you want to do and like make that like the center of your trip, and then just go explore and just I check out all the things to do, especially if you can hit up any of the locals too. Like the locals always have great advice of like all the little small kind of hidden unknown things. So yeah, and like even if you don't know anybody, just like ask like people that are working there, and you never know what you could come up with. So yeah.
For sure, especially the locals who work on the strip, people who work on the strip, they know a lot about off-strip stuff that's we consider more fun. We
Yeah,
have our
right.
hotels that we're loyal to for sure that are outside the strip. Not even hotels or casinos, but like just bars in general or
Yeah,
restaurants
right.
to go check out. There's so much to go do and to go check out. And I love that you said that. Great advice. I'm a big believer in planning the one big thing and just rolling with the flow, man.
Yeah,
Because
right.
there's
Yeah,
always
just
something
roll
to
with the
do.
flow.
You never know. I mean, shit, look at your night. You had 3 different shows you went to in a single
Yeah,
night.
3
Just
different shows, and
because
like we
you're
didn't
hanging
plan
out.
on any of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Well,
Yep,
cool.
yep.
Jordan, I think that thank you so much for coming on today. I think that's a great start for us. I know we have more stories to tell.
Yeah,
And I
for
want to
sure.
bring you back, so I don't want to blow it all in one single show.
Yeah.
But I also want to go ahead and let you plug. Like I mentioned earlier, you did a lot of cool stuff for me. So go ahead and plug what you got, man. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so you can find us over on the Movie Hero Network on YouTube. We do tournament fights and tier ranker fights all the time over there. We've had Ryan on. We have a lot of like Moose Haas, one of his friends, on there, and yeah, it's we have a lot of fun. So this week we're doing a big best movies of 2014 series because we've been counting down all the way from 2022. We've been counting down, doing one a month. So we're at 2014 now, and then we'll be doing one of the friends of the show, Malcolm Lay. We have shows every other day this week. We have a busy like jam-packed week, so we're doing part 1. We already did on Monday. Then we got part 2 tomorrow night, and then we're gonna have a championship episode to determine the winner on Friday, and then Sunday we're doing Malcolm Lay's part 2 of his 128 favorite movies of all time. So we have that going on, and then also we just started some trivia too. We've been doing it's called the Scene and Heard trivia, and for right now, so we were gonna make it a Patreon exclusive thing that we were just gonna have on our Patreon because we do have a little bit of copyrighted content. but we're not getting any copyright strikes. And so until we do, we're just leaving them up on the channel because I want to give everyone a chance to go check those out. Just see what you think. That it's movie trivia that involves clips from movies, clips from movie scores, and there's a little bonus round involving movie studios. It's a lot of fun. We had Moose on the last one. He's our defending champion currently, so the goal is to try to take him down. But then we had JTE from the Schmodown on there, and then we have another episode coming up Monday, and we're gonna have the movie guys. We're gonna have Paul Preston and Adam Witt on there, so
Nice.
that should be a fun time. If you like to compete, like we're open to anyone who wants to give it a try and try your hand at some movie trivia. And it's different, like just having the movie clips. So, and for right now, you can catch it on the Movie Hero Network. We'll let you know if we ever get any copyright strikes and we have to move it over to the Patreon. But for right now, we're not getting any, so we're going to leave it up until we do. So yeah.
Everyone go ahead and look down in the comments or in the bio section in the comments. I'm going to put Jordan's information in there for not only the network, but for your Twitter to reach out to him. Check out what we have done. We've done a lot of fun Marvel stuff that me and Moose Haas have been on there. Some fun times. Moose has done kicking ass on the trivia, so it's been fun to watch him do that. Jordan, you guys have some great stuff, and you guys have a lot of stuff, so it's been a lot of fun interacting with you guys and having you. I'm really glad you came to come do my show for me. I really appreciate it. So
yeah, and also just one last thing is that if you haven't subscribed to the Movie Hero Network, we're in a big push for subscribers. That's like probably the best way you can help us out. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go hit the subscribe button, and we really appreciate it. So
cool. Yeah, no, and I'll make sure there's a big push for it too. Again, it's all going to be in the comments and the bio down below to go check out Jordan's network, Jordan and Pez Network, Movie Hero Network. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great content on there. So just go hit subscribe and check them out when they got stuff. You guys go live, which is fantastic. I love that you guys go live and you bring us on live, and stuff gets wild when you get
it gets a little wild, and it saves us like in the long run on the editing to just do it live. So
do it live. Just doing it live.
Yep, just do it live.
Again, Jordan, thank you so much for being here today. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to come back for us to tell more stories and for you to come down, visit, hang out, and we'll have our own. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Anything else you want to say before we sign off for the night?
I think that's pretty much everything. But if you haven't had a chance to go to Las Vegas, I would just say everybody needs to experience Las Vegas at least once in their life. You got to go at least once. So if you haven't been, definitely go check it out. And there's things for everyone. There's things for like adults, for kids, for teenagers, for young adults, like anywhere in between. So yeah, you'll have a good time.
Damn straight. And if you come down to Vegas, reach out to me, Cousin Ryan 2021 on Twitter. I'd love to hang out with you all. So you can have stories to come tell on the show. We can hang out, make our own stories, whatever. Vegas is a great time. I love meeting new people. So hit me up. Again, come subscribe, do all that fun stuff, not only for us, The Last American Heroes, but also with Jordan and the Movie Hero Network.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Again, I'm Cousin Ryan, and this is Jordan, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.